Hi, I'm Sophie from Easy and Gluten Free. I am in my kitchen making some bread, and bread is notoriously difficult to make gluten-free. So this is a quick video showing you how I do it. So the first thing I've done is I've taken a bowl and I have put all the flours in here. Just the different flours, and I'm going to mix them. And the second thing I've done is I have put water in another bowl. I have put the dried yeast in the bowl, and I'm now going to sprinkle this with a little sugar. Can I do that while I'm filming? Okay. Now I'm going to leave this for about 5 or 10 minutes, and you're going to see what's going to happen to the yeast. It's going to activate the yeast. As you can see, for the moment, the yeast is just on the surface and it's all dry. I'll be back as soon as the yeast is activated. Okay, so now I'm back. I've left it for about, 10, 15 minutes. Look what happened to the yeast. Magic. I'm going to zoom just so you can see. As you can see, it's kind of frothy and bubbly, and you see, you have little bubbles coming up as if it were a sort of pond with life underneath. This is when the yeast is activated, right? It doesn't matter that there's still this little dry bit. Basically, if you have these little bubbles and it's frothy like that, that's fine. You can go ahead with the next step. So the next step is basically that I've added the mix of flours, all the gluten-free flours. I've added a tiny little bit of oil. In this recipe, we need 5 grams of oil. And I'm now going to mix it all thoroughly. So there you go. I have mixed this for a few minutes. As you can see, it's kind of nice, compact and mixed. It's all comes together. My next step is I'm going to put it in a cake tin. Okay, so for my cake tin, what I do is I line it up. I line it with non-stick baking paper. So I place my cake tin on the non-stick baking paper. As you can see here, I'll mark it with a pencil, and then I'm going to cut where I've marked it, and then I'm going to put this in the cake tin. Go, I'm not terribly patient, but I kind of just folded it, put it in. My cake tin is lined, and now I'm going to put the dough in there. So when I put the dough in there, as you see, it's really quite compact. I'm going to have to sort of make it a bit flat so it's all over the cake tin. I can't do this with just one hand and holding my iPhone in the other, so I'll pause the video and I'll be back in a sec. So there you go. I've kind of managed to get it fairly good. And now it has to rise. So for making my loaf of bread, for getting it to rise, that can be a little bit tricky. Now you can, because it depends really on the temperature, the level of humidity, the time of the year, really gluten-free bread is a bit tricky. So you can leave it out and let it rise, and with a bit of luck, it will. I'm very lucky that right now I have a very good oven that has a kind of bread rising option. So it gets a little bit of humidity in the oven and it gets the exact right temperature, and my gluten-free bread rises very well. So right now I've just put it in the oven on this special rising program. However, for years and years and years, I did not have such a good oven, and it was fine. So my tip is, I've got this on the site, if your bread dough doesn't rise, give it about an hour. If it's not moving at all, it's not going to rise, okay? So what I used to do is I would take a plastic bag. I would put my cake tin in the plastic bag. I'd kind of close the plastic bag like that and literally blow in it and then make a knot to keep the air in, and that kind of causes, you know, creates a kind of humid atmosphere, and your bread will rise, your dough will rise. You can also place your bread in the oven, in the cold oven, and put a dish of hot, well, boiling water really, water that's just been boiled. Then close the oven, and that will create humidity in your oven, and it will work usually really well too. So that's it for now. I'll continue when the bread has risen. Okay, so now I'm back. A few hours later, the bread's been slowly, you see, rising, the dough. It's not, you know, huge, but still, you can really see that it is higher than it was before. So now all I need to do is preheat my oven, make it nice and hot, and I'm going to bake it. So the bread is nearly ready. I just want to show you the very last stages. It's been in the oven for 30 minutes and I have now just taken it out of the cake tin, and I'm just going to bake it for another 5 to 10 minutes without the, well, outside of the cake tin. That way it gets all nice and crusty all over. So there it is, nice loaf of bread out of the oven. Well, yeah, can you see how nice and crusty it is? I'm going to let it cool down before I slice it. Okay, and there you go. Now the bread's cooled down. I've cut a nice slice. You can see how, yeah, it's nice and springy. And I'm going to use this and put some nice homemade jam on it. Be delicious.